Phobias' new daytime talk show premiered earlier today. She's also hosting the very popular TV show America's Next Top Model, which has its 2-hour season premiere September 21st. Please welcome the lovely Tyra Banks. Wow, look at you. Wow, all dressed up. Very nice.
I dressed up for you, Jay.
I appreciate that. You look great.
Thank you.
You look great. You look great. You know, I've been doing a little research. I've been reading some tabloids, some fact thing, and they all seem to stress the fact that you're thrifty. Would that be a fair way to say it?
My mama calls it cheap.
No, really? Would you say are you cheap?
Yeah, she says it's just downright cheap. I think I'm just fearful that I'm gonna be on like a True Hollywood story where like she just has no more money.
Right.
So like I really save, and I get really pissed off when people in my house waste. Like for instance, like if you come to my house, Jay, and you know the water bottles, everybody wastes. If you take 2 sips and you leave that on my couch, on my table, your name will be written on it the next time you come back.
So you just put it back.
I put it back.
All right, well that's okay.
I feel like that waste is ridiculous, and I'm not joking, I'm for real.
Yeah?
Yeah. Or like, when, you know, you guys know women, when you do your makeup and you get like a mascara smudge or something.
Right.
I take the tissue and I, you know, clean the smudge up, and then I fold the tissue and put it back. Because I'm gonna get a smudge in a couple days later.
Okay, now see, that's not thrifty, that's crazy lady. That's like crazy cat lady. Because see, when you're young and beautiful, you're eccentric. Oh, she saves tissues. Then you're like,
give me my tissue.
Now, I can see the water thing, because water, but folding a tissue.
The environment.
Then you put it back in the thing so it looks as if it was never used?
Okay, no, let me show you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, smudge.
Okay, smudge.
Eyeliner. You guys see that smudge? That's a little smudge, okay? That's not like boogers or anything, all right? So then you just like
Thanks for clearing that up.
And you just put it there.
And you put it there, so...
And then 3 days later...
So, you know what, you leave it there, so next time you're on, like 4 months, I'll just leave it there. So like, do you go to expensive restaurants and things like that?
No, I don't really like expensive restaurants. I mean, I do go every now and then. In fact, you know what? That's the only thing I spend money on is restaurants.
Okay.
But I do like my Denny's and I like my IHOP.
Denny's and IHOP?
I know you like it too.
So do you go every year for your birthday?
Yeah, let me tell you. I went to Denny's on my birthday this past year, December 4th. I went on my birthday, and I was like, okay, I finished my meal. Here's my ID. It's my birthday. Where's my free meal? I shouldn't have to pay for this. And they were like, we don't do that anymore. Yeah. And I was like, where's the manager?
Really? You brought the manager out?
I did, because I was like, you know what, this is ridiculous. They've been advertising this since I was a little girl. My dad used to take me on my birthday and get a free thing and a little ice cream.
Let's picture this. This supermodel arguing with the guy in the paper hat over a free...
Yeah, and they didn't give it to me.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, so when you go out with a guy and he's cheap, do you resent it?
You know what? I used to be into dating guys that didn't have anything.
Right.
Because all my friends, you know, were like my friends from high school, and I wanted to be like them. I was becoming this supermodel thing, and I'm like, I don't want to be like those supermodels that are with these rich old men, you know, like 80 years old from France, going like, I want to take you on my yacht. I was like, I don't want to be like that. I wanted to be normal, so I would date like the FedEx man, the UPS man.
The FedEx guy. This is like the luckiest FedEx guy in the world.
I would date
this guy. Here's a package. How? How did this happen?
I mean, I really would date like guys like that. But
did you go out in the FedEx truck so you could double park and everything?
Actually, this one guy picked me up in a van, but that's a whole nother story. He was a PA that used to push the music, like to play the music on the Victoria's Secret commercial so that I could move. That was his job, and I went out with him on one date. But anyway, that's another story. But, you know, with these guys, they wouldn't even pay for ice cream, Jay. And I'm like, I know you can afford an ice cream cone.
Now, why wouldn't they pay this?
Because they thought that I had all the money, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. You take me to McDonald's. You know, you give me some chicken McNuggets, you can afford that.
Right.
You can afford a nice restaurant on a FedEx UPS truck.
I'm sure there are plenty of guys who are willing to buy you some McNuggets. I can't imagine.
But this is back in the day. This is back in the day. I've recovered.
So how about now? Like now?
Now I like a guy that has a good job and can take me out.
Okay. Do you remember your first boyfriend?
My first boyfriend, I have two. I have a first boyfriend and a first kiss.
Okay.
My first kiss, his name was Christian Bravo. And he was so fine, y'all. My mama used to say he looked like Johnny Mathis. You know Johnny Mathis?
Right.
And yeah, we went to see Biloxi Blues,
okay.
Which was a movie a long time ago.
Yeah.
I was 15 years old with Matthew Broderick.
Okay.
And he kissed me at the end of the movie theater, and he put his tongue in my mouth.
Ooh.
And I was like, it felt like a weird snake slug thing. And I was like, I don't like kissing like that. Like, as if I did it all the time. And he was like, okay. And then I got so nervous after the movie that I walked literally like 50 paces ahead of him. I just could not look at him.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he left me for another girl, like a week later.
I can't imagine why. But
Sabrina was her name.
Sabrina?
Sabrina.
Oh, that bitch.
Oh!
Look, we'll take a break. More Tyra right after this. Welcome back. Learning more and more about Tyra Banks. Okay, we know you're thrifty.
Cheap.
A little cheap. Well, cheap. Oh, okay. And you have some odd fears, too.
Yeah, I'm afraid of birds, cats, and fish.
Birds, cats, and fish.
Yeah, but my biggest fear is actually whales and dolphins. I actually have a recurring dream where dolphins and whales are bouncing and bumping into my legs in a swimming pool.
In a swimming pool?
I know it sounds weird, but it's true, yeah. And I've been having this dream since I was like 12 years old. And the whale thing is really bad. Like if I was snorkeling and saw a shark, I'd be nervous. But if I saw a whale, I would probably hyperventilate and swallow the water and just...
Well, especially in the pool. Yeah, that would be... I mean, I think anybody, you're in your pool and then... orca shows up. I mean, that would, sure, anybody would be frightened by that. Yeah.
And it's funny because I just saw Finding Nemo. I hadn't seen it, and I TiVoed it on a cable or whatever. And I'm watching it, and everything's sweet, and the little fish with the little stripes, you know, and Ellen DeGeneres, that fish, everything's great. And then this big-ass whale showed up on the screen.
A big-ass whale. Now, I don't know my mammals, but I'm not familiar with the big-ass whale.
Big one.
I know the sperm whale, the killer whale, the big-ass whale. That's a big-ass whale. Okay, and what happened?
My heart started, like, beating.
Really?
And this is when I was by myself in my room, and I was like, this is a true fear for a cartoon to be doing this to me. And then it swallowed Nemo, and it swallowed the Ellen DeGeneres fish.
Right, okay.
It was scary.
Well, have you ever gone to an aquarium?
No.
Would that be like the ultimate frightening experience?
To be next to a whale, I don't know. I feel like they would swallow me and I would survive. Oh, but like Jonah or something.
Okay, the whale thing I understand. You're small, the whale is big. How's the bird thing?
I don't know what that is, but like, if I'm, you know those outdoor restaurants, you guys know when there's like all those birds everywhere, I'm like constantly doing like this and stomping my feet like this so they don't come near. I don't know what that is. And
really?
You know when they go, they like clean themselves and they're like, and I just feel like they're the dirtiest things in the world.
Okay, well how about cats? Cats are clean.
Cats they are spooky.
Really?
Yeah, there is this one cat. I was at my friend's house, and I'm terrified of cats, and I'm also allergic, so I don't like them to be around me.
Terrified and allergic.
And allergic. So the cat came up to me and was like, like rubbing on my leg.
I'm sorry, do that again? That was great.
So he's doing that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, get off me. So I kind of kicked the cat away. Ooh. But no, not harm to animals. No, just kind of like a
gentle nudge.
Yeah. So the cat walks away. And then he turns around and he's like, oh, no, you didn't, bitch. And he comes back and swipes me and then walks away. I was like, that's too smart.
You see, well, I mean, I would be frightened, too, if a cat turned and called me a bitch. That would be fun. I mean, just the fact that the cat is speaking. I mean, just to hear the cat speak in such a nasty tone of voice. You see, no, I think these are all well-grounded fears. You got the big-ass whale and the cat, bitch. It's like you live in this imaginary world that you live in. This cheap-ass world with animals that talk.
Yes.
Crazy. Now, America's next top model. It's a huge hit.
Yes, we're going into our 5th season of Top Model.
Is it really?
The 5th season.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Okay. We have a lot of models and stuff on the show. What is the biggest misconception about modeling? Like, girls must write to you and say, oh, I want to be a model.
Constantly. The biggest misconception is they think that if they pay $5,000, you know, to some photographer or to some place, that they can become a model. Okay. And you do not have to spend anything more than a Polaroid shot of yourself and bring it to an agency. Okay. Yeah, people spend thousands and families go into debt thinking they have to spend this money and go into these competitions. You don't have to do that. Save your money. If you got the look, somebody will recognize that and pay you.
Okay, well, all right, there you go. Now you're doing a talk show now. Welcome, fellow talk show host. You started today. It started today.
My first show was today, Jay.
Well, that's very exciting. And was it fun? Did you like it?
You know, it was so fun. It was really, really fun. I mean, I was crying. I was laughing. My mama was my first guest. All right. It was great. And I had this thing on the show where I know a lot of people, specifically women, hate their DMV licenses, their driver's licenses. Okay. So I taught women how to get a divalicious, gorgeous photo.
Divalicious?
Divalicious.
Gorgeous photo. Okay. Now, we have some photos here, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Some people gave us their licenses. Put that first one up. Now, there is a... Okay, apparently that's Penny Marshall, apparently. Now, that's a lady from Canada, Joni? Joni, how would you improve her photo?
Well, you know what? She looks like she's scared. She looks like somebody said Joni, and she said, huh? So I tell Joni to peer, like, where's the camera? Just, okay, like this. It's like an animalistic kind of thing. Think cat, but not that cat, that. Yeah. But, you know, it's like you have to feel the wind in your hair even though it's not there. So instead of it's... Get it?
Yeah, meanwhile, the DMV guy's going, next! Thank you, lady. All right, let's see another photo. We have another one here.
Oh, Lord. Okay,
this guy, that's, who is that guy? That's...
You know what? He looks...
First of all, this man's going to prison. It says weight 155. Okay, right there. Okay. Right there, you're lying, pal. That's fraud right there, whatever that was.
Yeah,
what would you do to improve his?
He looks upset.
Yeah.
And he looks like he ate something and his stomach is hurting. Right? Doesn't it look like that? Like,
okay.
So I would tell him to turn, this is what I had on my show. I'd tell him to turn to the camera and go, hey. Hey.
No, that sounds like gay. Gay. All right, one last photo. I can see that guy going, hi. Okay, what do we got? Okay, what do we got here? Somebody from Lord of the Rings, apparently.
Yeah. See,
I would tell this kid, get a hat, okay?
Yeah. With him, you know, he shouldn't have done that because he's going to get older every single year and regret that.
Yeah.
So, you know what I would suggest? He needs a black Sharpie marker to fill that in.
Just kind of start from the top and make it an afro.
Just fill it in.
All right, hey, will you sign our bike for us?
Of course.
Some money?
Of course I will.
Okay, Tyra Banks, ladies and gentlemen. Come on over, Tyra. How about right here?